Hey everyone, Brian here, and I want to talk about WWE Backlash last night and TNA Lockdown as well, which occurred the week before. I heard a lot of people talk about TNA Lockdown. Let's start with that, and how it was a better pay-per-view than obviously WrestleMania. WrestleMania was a good pay-per-view, let's not deny that. But they said it was better, and I do give it credit. It was a little bit better because it was, of course, in Philadelphia. But one thing that people complained about was the fact that the title match, the main event, it lived up to some expectations, but basically what came out of it is some people just didn't like the idea that one guy that's in his 50s, gave it to a guy that's almost in his 50s, and basically both past their prime, and we're talking about Sting and Foley. Well, there's a reason TNA always puts a title on a guy that's come from another company like Mick Foley, to basically show, up the competition. People could say, TNA is not about competition. You know what? They are about competition. And if they sign Mick Foley and they said, okay, Mick, one of the things we're going to do is make you champion, then that's what they're going to do. They're going to make him champion. And the reason they do that is so they can, let the wrestler, if that superstar, that wrestler goes back to the company they came from, like WWE, then they could go back with the knowledge of saying that, hey, I didn't just win the WWE title, I won the TNA title. I'm one of those rare wrestlers to do it. Because back in the day, the main thing to do was to win the 3 main championships if you went from company to company. Your main goal was to be WCW champion, and if you went to WWE, to be WWE champion, if you went to ECW, to be ECW champion. And I think that's what TNA is doing. They're allowing, these wrestlers to not only get that opportunity to say, hey, I didn't just be the WWE champion, I was the TNA champion, but to also prove to WWE that they don't just bring these guys in to put over the younger guys, which they should. I give you credit on that. I will admit that, which they should. But not just to put over the young guys, and not just to put the company on the map. But they do it because of competition. Because they want to prove that they don't, just, like I said, they don't just bring them to put them on the map and say, hey, here we are, try us on for size. We've got these guys now. They do it because they want to give them that one last run. Now, I know a lot of people don't like that, but what are you going to do? It's the truth. It's that one last opportunity to be champion. Did WWE ever give Mick Foley the chance to be champion again? Run with the title? No, they did. Did they allow Kurt Angle to do that before he left? No, they didn't. Well, actually, they did with the world title, but did they let him run with it for, more than just a few months? No. Did they give him another opportunity at it? No. They sent him to ECW. What I'm saying is that, despite what you think about the main event result at Lockdown, in a way it was a good business decision, despite what you might think. Now, some of the matches, I will give you credit. They were good matches. The 3-way tag team dance for the IWGP Junior Tag Titles was a very good match. I will admit that. Great back and forth action. Machine Guns retaining, not a surprise there. The World Tag Team Domination match, no surprise there, went all over the place, lived up to expectations in some ways. Sure, some people, you could hear the fans chanting they wanted fire. They wanted fire on the tables. But that didn't happen. But Team 3D does win the TNA titles, retain the IWGP Tag titles, which is no surprise. And the reason both the Machine Guns and the Team 3D retained the IWGP titles is because, if you notice, anytime those titles are on the line here in the States, very rarely do they ever change hands. What they mainly do is it's just for show, so that when the time is right, Team 3D and the Machine Guns will get called back to Japan, and they'll drop the titles there to some local wrestlers there. Excuse me, my clock is going off. My watch is. The Escape match, good opening, no doubt about it. Give Daniels credit. If it was him that did the double take, give him credit for doing it. Queen of the Cage, it was alright. Expected ODB to win. And then, of course, Angelina Love is the new TNA Knockouts champion. I don't think she's going to have that long of a run. I don't think so. I think what's going to happen, if you watch the spoilers for Impact next week, or read the spoilers for Impact, then you know what's going to happen. Obviously, the plan, from what I could tell, is to single out both Beautiful People members, Velvet Sky and Madison Rayne, get rid of them, and then put it one-on-one, her, Angelina, and Awesome Kong. I've got a feeling either at Sacrifice or at Slammiversary, Angelina is going to lose the Knockouts title to Kong or to someone. And then we had Lethal Lockdown. A very good match, I will give it that. Team Jared wins. A lot of build up into this. No one knew what Jared was going to come. Obviously found out he sides with the originals, or Frontline, whatever you want to call them. So Team Jared wins, but then all of a sudden the surprise: Bobby Lashley now in TNA. Is he a part of the Main Event Mafia? Is he aligned with the Frontline? What's going on? We'll find out very, very soon. Now, as far as Backlash goes, that happened last night. Excuse me, let me check something. Okay, I got plenty of time. Just looking at the time because you got a 10-minute limit, remember? But anyway, Backlash last night. I didn't see the pay-per-view, but from what I read, it sounds like it was an interesting one. It looks like they did better than what they did at WrestleMania. The I Quit match, Jeff wins, beats his brother. What else? Oh, Chris Jericho beats Ricky Steamboat. Christian finally becomes the ECW champion, and then has a confrontation backstage with Edge, calling Edge a bitter, raving lunatic. Let's see, what else? Randy Orton becomes the new WWE champion. Don't know if we're going to see Triple H back. We might, because he doesn't stay down for long anyway. John Cena loses the title to Edge thanks to the Big Show. Looks like John's going to take some time off after this. I don't know if it's starting next month or what's going to happen, if he's coming back tonight. I'm trying to think, what else? The Santino thing, no big deal. But, did I say Chris Jericho beat Ricky Steamboat? I think I did. And, and that's about it. That's actually all that took place there at Backlash. And, it sounds like to me, I didn't get to watch it yet, I will, but it sounds like to me it was a great pay-per-view. They actually finally did what they should have done at WrestleMania. They switched the titles around. Well, they did switch the world title around. What are we going to do? But they switched all the other championships. But they basically switched them around again so that the brand, thing could go into effect tonight and have separate champions. But really, that's all I could say. And we'll just have to find out what happens tonight on Raw. I would not be surprised that, like I said, with Angelina and TNA, that if Randy and Edge just reign as champions, don't last too long. Don't expect them to last long. But that's all I could say, and those are my thoughts on Lockdown and Backlash. If you got any comments, just leave them, and I will talk to you all later. Have a good day. God bless, and take care.